Okay. My second question. I say this with some experience as an ex-member of AFCA, membership number 79413. There's two of us on the planet that have been consumers, members of AFCA. Rita Mazaleski, she's asked a few questions. But yeah, so I do have some background on this matter. The Australian Financial Complaints Authority, AFCA, is governed by a set of rules which is approved by ASIC, but the Australian Treasury also has a regulatory relationship. ASIC was found to be wanting by the Banking Royal Commission and is currently being investigated by a Senate committee. The Treasury conducted a review of AFCA that could only be described as a whitewash, and it stated, this is Treasury stated, in a letter on behalf of the responsible Minister Stephen Jones, and I quote, "The government does not have the ability to review or overturn decisions of AFCA. They create a monster they can't control." Dysfunction was spelled out by James Shipton, the former CEO of ASIC. In his testimony to a Senate committee, he stated, "My attempts to raise these important concerns with ASIC and Treasury were rejected. Instead, Treasury informed me that they have no obligation to advise ASIC, one of their portfolio agencies, to correct these erroneous statements to Parliament. The AFCA Act that was approved by an ex-banker was called the Treasury Amendments," this is important, "Putting Consumers First, Establishment of the Australian Financial Complaints Authority Act 2018. My questions are, would the CBA agree that AFCA does not put consumers first, is run by and put their member banks first, is governed and regulated by an ineffective industry captured ASIC, and a dysfunctional Treasury and an inept minister? If CBA disagrees, how would it describe ASIC, AFCA, the Treasury and the minister?
So I would disagree with all of your propositions and believe that we have very detailed engagements with all of the regulators that you've identified, and they take their roles very seriously, and we receive and engage with them and their requests very seriously as well. Thank you.
Do you have the same engagement with the consumer?
We engage with consumers every single day. There are millions and millions of engagements, voice, technology, through the app, and we get feedback and we receive that feedback, act on that feedback, and where we don't get it right, it can go to AFCA and other regulators.
I would suggest, based on my experience, that explanation is deficient. But we'll leave it at that.
Thank you very much, and I acknowledge that your experience has been less than optimal.